Aromatic Nomenclature. In this video, I'll be focusing on benzene and its derivatives, but only the alkyl derivatives. We see that this group is part of the aromatic hydrocarbons, whose main constituent is the benzene ring. The alkyl benzenes have only alkyl groups attached to the benzene ring. What do we mean by alkyl? Recall from the lesson on alkanes this box that shows the most common alkyl groups. These groups are alkanes, but when they act as substituents, their names end in YL, and so alkyl. Let's now look at this first one. Methyl is attached to the ring. We call it simply methylbenzene. It can be on any carbon on the ring. The name is the same. Methylbenzene also has the common name toluene. It's a colorless liquid like benzene itself. This one is a dimethylbenzene, but now we must locate their positions. I'll pause here for a moment to discuss positions on the ring. We can number the carbons clockwise or counterclockwise, and also start from any carbon we want. We make our decision so that the lowest sum of numbers is obtained when there are two or more substituents. So returning to our compound, methyl groups are clearly on carbons 1 and 2, giving the name 1,2-dimethylbenzene. How would you name this one? The positions are 1 and 4 going either way. Ethyl comes before methyl alphabetically, so we choose the carbon that will make ethyl number 1. This gives us 1-ethyl 4-methylbenzene. Now this one. You recognize the isopropyl group here. The common name would be isopropylbenzene, but the UPAC or systematic name is different. The carbon attached to the ring is numbered 1. You recognize the ethyl group in the box. We could have chosen the left side as well. Either one will work. Notice that a methyl group is attached to carbon 1 of the ethyl group. So this group is called methylethyl, and that is another name for isopropyl. The name is 1-methylethylbenzene. This 1 refers to carbon 1 of ethyl to which the methyl is attached. Next one. Let's decide first on the numbering. Going clockwise from the top, the alkyl groups are on carbons 1, 2, and 4. Starting at the bottom and going counterclockwise, we have 1, 3, 4. Comparing them here shows clearly that we must choose the first one as the total 7 is less than 8. Number choice comes first, then we choose alphabetical order, namely ethyl, methyl, propyl. This name is correct even though ethyl has the highest number. Try this one. Did you get this name? Since the order is 1, 3, 5 in either direction, we focus on the first letter. P for propyl, E for ethyl, M for methyl. This name is the result. This next example is not quite an alkyl benzene because a chlorine atom is present, but you may encounter this, so it's worth a few moments. Notice that chlorine is attached to carbon 2 of the ethyl group. This makes it 2-chloroethyl. That's simple enough. Now just add it to benzene for the name, 2-chloroethylbenzene. This molecule has 2 of these same groups, 2 chloroethyl groups on carbons 1 and 3. So we can start with 1, 3. To indicate the presence of 2 identical groups, the prefix bis is used. The bis refers to the 2 groups in the brackets. When alkyl groups get a little bit complicated, with the addition of a halogen, for example, bis is used and not di or bi. If there were 3 identical groups, the prefix would be tris, and for 4 groups, tetrakis. You're not likely to encounter this until more advanced chemistry, but it's kind of fun to insert it here. Now I want to point out when the benzene ring is not the main component, but rather a substituent. This occurs when there are 6 or more carbons in the group attached to benzene as shown here. We don't call it benzenyl, but phenyl. The name of the compound is 3-phenylheptane. How would you name this one? The main chain is a 2-hexene with benzene on carbon 4. So 4-phenyl 2-hexene. Just a note on this unusual term. It comes from the Greek pheno, which means to shine. The shine refers to illuminating gas, which was used around the world from the late 1700s to the early 1920s. Although it was mainly methane and hydrogen, other components, including benzene, were present. This one with 2 benzene groups is attached to 1 carbon. Although the CH2 is clearly not the dominating group, for some reason the molecule is considered a derivative of methane, so the name is diphenylmethane. Finally, you should be getting used to line diagram versions, so try naming these 3 and then come back to see the answers. The first one has a methyl and an ethyl group, so the name is 1-ethyl-2-methylbenzene. Here's the second name. Here's the lowest numbering. So now it is just alphabetical. I for isopropyl, E for ethyl, M for methyl. In this third one, here are 2 numbering choices you may have considered. 1, 2, 4 totals 7, which is lower than 1, 3, 4, which totals 8. So we remove this set. There are 2 propyl groups and 1 methyl group. Which of these names is correct? Remember that prefixes like di, tri, tetra do not count for alphabetizing, so methyl comes before propyl, and this one is correct. This ends the video on aromatic nomenclature.